Hey, Lady N here. This is my first ever video for American White History Month, so please bear with me. I'm here to talk today about victim blaming and the hypocrisy of the anti-white morally bent left. Yes, leftists, you're morally bent. As a beloved White History Month fan once said, you're so bent that you lean forward. Can you imagine telling a woman who has been beaten by her husband that she shouldn't talk about the beating, or if she does, to at least omit the fact that she was beaten by a man? Can you imagine telling a black man who is not hired by a white business owner because of his race that he should just get over it and don't make a big deal so as not to stir up animosity against white people? That would be unimaginable, right? To omit the truth out of fear of offending someone, right? Yeah. Then why the hell do you in the media refuse to acknowledge the races of the victims and their attackers in the cases of interracial violence, especially when that interracial violence is black on white? Why is it that when we white people talk about our own personal experiences of violence at the hands of blacks, we are accused of trying to stir up racial animosity? How about blaming the source of the violence rather than the victims and the messengers? I didn't ask to be punched in the face for walking down the aisle of the school bus. And to tell me that I shouldn't talk about it and I should just get over it is basically a really nasty form of invalidation. Okay? Not a day passes by when we don't have to hear about the racial discrimination by some whites against black people 50 years ago. Every day, in some way, we must pay homage to the plight of black America. Achievement gaps, income gaps, diversity quotas, affirmative action, white privilege, etc. ad nauseum. It's everywhere. Education, government, media, you can't get away from it. It's everywhere. We cannot, even if we wanted to, we cannot forget about the violence committed against black people by white people. Not that we should forget about it, okay? But we can't. We're not allowed. It's not even possible. However, we cannot hold people today responsible for the sins committed before they were even born. How about, for once, we focus on the sins being committed today, right here, right now? How about we do something about the violence being committed all around the country, all around Western civilization, for that matter, against white people by black people? Why don't we try to figure out, for example, why it is that black men are overwhelmingly the perpetrators of rape of the elderly? Yes, it's true. Most men who target really old ladies for sexual violence are black. One thing I can promise you is that I am not going to lie to you. Bearing false witness is a deadly sin, and it's too complicated to try to keep up with the lies anyway, which is probably why I'm not a leftist. So, in conclusion, leftists, by definition, you are anti-white and unprincipled hypocrites who seek to victim blame and attack the messenger when it comes to reports of violent crimes against white people by black people. It's a complete and utter double standard. Thankfully, there are a lot of people out there like me who don't care about being called a racist or a bigot or any of those other scary accusations that leftists like to use to shut down their adversaries. We're going to keep talking about it. At least I am. And if you don't like it, you can suck it up and pull on your big boy pants, because we're not going anywhere.